And hello, car lovers, and welcome to the CNC Auto Show. And I am Aaron Clement.
I'm John Ryan.
And we would like to welcome you to the CNC Auto Show. And our goal is to give you information on ways to make your car, truck, or SUV safer, to make it more dependable, and to make it last longer for less money and less hassle. And our team would also like to say thank you to all of you that ride with us on the CNC Auto Show. We really do appreciate you allowing us to be a part of your weekend, and it really does mean a lot to our entire team. And we are here to take your phone calls, and that number is 706-863-5800. That's on Saturday mornings, 8:05 to 10 Eastern, and at that time you can also catch us on air or iHeartRadio, WGAC 95.1 FM, and you can also watch us live on Facebook, and that's at CNC Auto Show. We invite you to call in and log in, or whatever you might happen to do, just do it. Also, if you are looking for a good, dependable auto repair facility, I recommend going to NapaAutoCare.com and hit that little search button in the top right-hand corner, and you'll be able to put a name there and or a city, or
even a zip code,
zip code, and you'll pull up a list of some of the best repair facilities in the country. I had a customer that come in was looking for a name in a shop in Clemson. Their son was living in Clemson, and he needed some work done, and I punched it up, and I think there was something like 40 of them.
Oh, wow.
To choose from. And of course we went through and he picked the one that was right for him.
All right.
John Ryan, you think we should go to those telephone calls?
Yeah, if you're ready, I think we should go to Bruce.
Let's do it. Hey, Bruce.
Good morning.
Welcome. And good morning. Welcome to the CNC Auto Show.
Hey, I enjoy your show. I tried to call you 2 weeks ago and couldn't get in, and I forgot about it last week.
Uh-huh.
You mentioned starting a slush fund, putting a little money aside each week or month for unexpected repairs.
Yeah.
What do you think about an extended warranty?
Well, extended warranties can be good. Now, I'm going to give my opinion, and John Ryan's probably got some ideas on that subject also.
Yeah.
There are some good ones. You can run into, and there are some cases to where it can be a good scenario. Let's say you're getting a vehicle, and this vehicle, particular model, has been known to give some problems. And if it has given some problems in the past, there's a chance you may run into some items. I would do a lot of research and pick out a warranty and compare the prices. But I may possibly consider getting one of those if I knew that it was a good company. But I would not just go out and someone say, well, you're buying a car, you can get this warranty, and you don't have to do anything. Everything's going to be covered. You buy this and you're good, because it does not normally work like that. A lot of times you'll carry the car in and they'll say, I'm sorry, that's a maintenance item. I'm sorry that it's Thursday and it's after 2, it's not covered. There's some warranty companies that are not that good to work with. Now, even the good warranty companies, you have to allow yourself a little extra time. When you take a car in and it has an extended warranty, that service advisor is actually working with 2 customers. First, they have to sell this job or sell the diagnostics to the driver of the vehicle or the owner of the vehicle. Then after they do that, because normally the extended warranty don't pay for
they don't normally cover diagnostics.
So then after that, they have to diagnose the car, find out what's wrong, and then call and sell it to the extended warranty company. Now, the extended warranty sometimes will say, we'll pay for this, won't pay for that, we'll pay this amount on that. And so that person has to determine what that comes to, what they'll pay, and then call the owner back and say, this is what they'll pay, would you pay this?
Yeah.
It takes extra time because the warranty company many times won't.
And when you say that, it's important to say, I mean days.
Yeah. So,
days in many cases.
In some cases, so if you're in a hurry for your car most of the time, you just want to, and you take it in, then I would say that it may not necessarily be right for you. I do see some people come out good on warranties. I see a lot of people that do not get their money's worth out of a warranty. That's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
That's right. Yeah, mine's along the same lines. Of course, we actually had this conversation not long ago, you and I did, and it's basically the same thing. It just takes a little bit longer. It's, I guess, the biggest thing. Anytime somebody hears warranty, they automatically assume that means everything's covered, and it's not. Even in some repairs, say it was a brake caliper, they might not cover the hose that's actually the problem, and stuff like that. So just as long as you understand that it's more of a 50-50 shot of them covering it.
Bruce, I'm gonna mention this a little deeper than you probably want to know. A lot of the health insurance industry is moving toward HSAs. You're in effect You're in effect putting money away in case you need it. Instead of you paying a huge amount in the beginning, a person puts certain amount in an account, and then if they do need it, they will be able to pull that money out of the account and use it. And in case they don't need it, then that money's just laying there.
Right.
I think it's not a bad idea to consider that in the automotive side of it also. Just put away a certain amount per month. And let's say you go all year and all you need is oil changes, and heck, you've got a fair amount built up in there.
Yep.
And keep doing that, and then the next thing you know, you say, wow, I got a down payment on another car or most of another car, and be able to do it that way. That's another consideration. Definitely not saying that's what to do, because different situations for different people, but it's worth considering.
Yep.
Good answer. It's like your health insurance. Your health is important to us. We cover everything but x-rays, blood work, and physical.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
You're exactly right. So when it's your money, you get what you want as fast as you want it, or as fast
and you know
as
what
someone
you got.
can do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good day.
Hey,
Thank
that
you.
was a great question, Bruce. Thank you very much.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay, the number to call, 706-863-5800. If you got a question about your car, truck, or SUV, or one of those great questions like Bruce just asked, something extended warranties or something else, give us a call. Where are we going?
We're going to go over to Ken.
And hello, Ken. Welcome to the CNC Auto Show, and what can we help you with?
Okay, guys. First of all, I love the show, and I got a strange one for you. Got a 95 Chevy pickup, four-wheel drive, 25,000 miles on it.
Wow.
And
how long ago did the odometer stop?
no, this is original.
This is the real deal.
This is a real deal.
Uh-huh.
Now, I don't, as you can figure out, I don't drive it probably as much as I should, maybe once every 3 weeks to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yesterday, and there's never been anything wrong with the truck. Yesterday, I get in, go to run some errands, and the anti-ABS light is on. And also, it starts slipping out of gear. It slips out of gear, speedometer races up, goes right back down, tach goes up, goes right back down. Does that for about a quarter of a mile. I'm getting ready to turn around. The ABS light goes off. Everything runs back to perfect. Transmissions work great. I drove it around for about an hour to 2 hours yesterday, making many stops, shutting it off, going in stores. No problem. This morning I got in it, took it around the block, no problem.
Oh, Ken.
What the heck was going on?
Those are all, absolutely fantastic questions.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be able to answer all of those. But we have one slight issue. You know what that might be?
What's that?
We got a very quick break coming up. And we have, and we have to take this quick break.
But we definitely have some ideas on that.
Yeah, we have some fantastic ideas. And I look forward to hearing more about that beautiful truck.
Yeah,
okay, time to take a real quick break. We'll be back with more of the CNC Auto Show and to talk to Ken as soon as we return. Welcome back to the CNC Auto Show. I forgot to mention our theme that we will have today. We'll be talking about adaptive solutions for driving.
Okay.
There's so many neat things, and that's kind of dear to my heart because technology on cars was very helpful to my parents.
Yeah, it really
years
was.
ago.
Yeah.
It helped them to be able to do things that they wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. So all during the show, we'll be talking about that a little bit and giving people some ideas of what's available
Right.
on a lot of these cars. But it is now time to go back to Ken. Ken, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Ken, we did do a little talking over the break, and we decided that you should just give me that truck, and you won't have to worry about that.
I called you, probably 3 years ago. It was my truck, Dad's truck. When he passed away, I had to go to Arkansas and get it just to give me some ideas of what things I need to check before I drove back. And you asked me then if I wanted to sell
I
it.
actually remember that, oddly enough. Sure do. Ken, some of the problems you were describing, if I'm not mistaken, you said ABS light comes on, the speedometer and the tachometer kind of go a little bit crazy, and the transmission starts shifting funny?
Exactly.
No doubt. There's not really many things that are all in common, of course, with all those different systems. Initially, we thought these vehicles have an issue with the distributor causing some funny issues like that, but really it doesn't have anything to do with the ABS or the transmission. So that kind of put us back to kind of the basics, actually. That vehicle, you probably know, has a side post battery. It's, uses the little 8mm nut that, of course, secures the battery cables to the battery. From time to time, actually on those particular vehicles, we'd see those cables do two things: build up corrosion or just simply become loose. And it creates voltage spikes. And one of the actual leads goes straight to the car's ECM or computer on that model. And it can cause some really weird things like that. My theory would be the ABS light came on due to low voltage. The transmission started shifting weird because, of course, the PCM wasn't necessarily knowing what's going on. And then, of course, the same thing with the instrument cluster, being that it's data coming straight out of the computer. So the first thing I would do is, snug those cables up, or see if they were loose, number one.
Or take them off and clean them.
Clean them, right.
Get that old corrosion out.
Corrosion out.
Them.
It's a new battery. I put a new battery in probably about 4 or 5 months ago.
Oh, Ken, it's going to be loose. I hate to tell you that. Cable's going to be loose.
Ken,
Okay.
one of the things that we were looking at when we come up with these ideas is there's certain things that go bad on a vehicle in time and certain things that go bad in mileage.
Right.
A lot of things that we would normally be mentioning, for instance, a distributor, it does not go bad with time.
Yep.
It's only mileage that wears things like a distributor out.
Yeah.
Things like a battery corrosion building up, things like that. Or time. Now, of course, when you first started talking, I started thinking like on the transmission part, the possibility of while it's been sitting there, the pan leaking, you having low fluid, or either the speed.
That's how sick our mind is. Like that's the kind of things we think about.
Yeah, you can't help it.
Yeah,
I mean, there's nothing that can be done about it. So, but with that, that's how we. John Ryan come up. Well, I deduced it also, but we come up with that theory that's what is most likely something to do with some corrosion on a connection somewhere.
Or being that the battery was new, there's just the possibility of being loose too.
John Ryan is actually accusing you of leaving the battery loose.
No, Ken didn't do it. His neighbor helped him with it.
His friend did it.
Yeah.
He has a friend that left his battery loose. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll check that out, and thank you very much.
All right, Ken. Appreciate the call.
And if John Ryan, if I ever want to get rid of it, I'll let you know.
All right. That sounds great. Don't tell too many people, though.
All right.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
And I've told that story before. I'll mention it one more time. I told a guy back in about 95 that if you ever sell this Mazda Miata, he bought it new, call me. And I don't know how many years, it was 6 months ago.
Yeah.
He
saying
called
2017, yeah.
And it took me a very short period of time to get to his house and get it.
Yep. If I'm not mistaken, you actually were still on the phone as you were going that way, weren't you?
Yeah. Sometimes it works. He said, Aaron, I'm ready. And I asked him what he was talking. I said, who is it? What are you talking about? He said, well, I'm ready to sell the Mazda Miata that you told me a long time ago about. Asked me, would I sell it?
Yeah.
And I said, I'll be right there. And it worked out really
good. And you've been driving it since?
Yeah, I have. Every single day. And I have not put the top down except for one time.
Put the top up, yeah.
I mean, put the top up. I got caught in the rain
I didn't tell you this, but I actually saw you like a week ago, and it was about to thunderstorm. And there you go, just flying up the road without the top on.
I keep going, and even if it's sprinkling, I still keep going.
You just go faster?
But when it starts pouring down, I stop, pull over, put it up, and then take off. But it has to be, raining really hard for me to put the the top back up.
Yeah, that's not exactly the same scenario on a motorcycle.
No.
You have
no.
to. You have
Yeah,
to
I've
pull
rode
over.
motorcycles too. One of the things that we want to talk a little bit about has to do with adaptive driving. I mentioned that's something that's important to me because I see how it helps so many people.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very passionate about that. And there's a place in our area, Adaptive Driving Solutions, Daryl Zerbel and Adam Zerbel. Mm-hmm. They are both, they are so knowledgeable on that stuff.
They are.
And one of my biggest fears is I won't do justice to all of the things that is available now.
Yeah.
And
that they're capable of doing, yeah.
But I'll just mention just some of the things. I mean, you're talking about the hand controls that are
right
on the vehicles, and in accessible vans that are you're able to just pull into the van with a chair.
Have a loaded chair.
Some have it to where you can just lock into place and drive from there. Others have it to where you can transfer from the chair over to the driver's seat and do it. But there's just so many things, and all of these things are things that people were not able to do before.
That's right.
I mean, they just, it would have been very, very difficult for some people to be able to drive. And now with all of this great technology, they're able to.
That's right.
And so during the show, we'll also be covering a lot of other things that are very helpful. But some of the things that we'll be talking about are things that come on a lot of cars anyway. So I urge anyone who may have some type of issue that maybe makes it difficult for them to drive a car to also go ahead and if they're buying another car, try to get one with certain accessories on it.
Yeah, the
that will help
features
them
that, absolutely.
in certain ways. So that's going to be a great subject, and I look forward to talking about that a lot more during the show. But it is time for a break right now, and when we return, we'll be talking more about adaptive driving, but also we'll be answering automotive questions. So give us a call, and we'll be right back.
He said, "Son, you're going to drive me to drinking if you don't stop driving that hot rod Lincoln." Have you heard the story of the hot rod?
Welcome back to the CNC Auto Show, and we are ready to answer automotive questions. 706-863-5800. You give us a call. The other thing that we're doing is we're talking about adaptive driving solutions. And one that has been very helpful is there's platform lifts, and they're built for very easy operation. And you can lift. It has options available for stowing a chair,
right?
Like a power chair or a wheelchair. You can pull them on, and it will lift it up and put it inside. Now, what's amazing on these is they make them for. You can get them for vans. You can get them for SUVs, you can get them for trucks. There's just so many different type vehicles. It used to be you'd kind of be locked into one type of vehicle.
Really, it used to be all the E-Series Econoline vans.
Yeah, and of course some of the Chevrolet vans.
Yeah,
and but you'd have to get something that was pretty much just a larger van.
Right.
But now you can get a lot of these accessories, most any accessory you want, on just about
Dodge
any
Caravan, Odyssey, Siennas, everything.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I'm going to make an important point. Now, this is very important too. You can't just go out and buy any vehicle and make it wheelchair accessible.
Right.
To do that, because the floor has to be lowered. There's a lot of other technology that goes into it.
Right.
Besides just buying the van and putting this on
most of them now are unibody construction or constructed. So
yeah. Okay, where we're going?
All right, we're going to go over to Sonny.
Hey, Sonny, welcome to the CNC Auto Show, and what can we help with?
I got a follow-up.
All right.
I called y'all a couple of weeks ago about a 2500 Dodge diesel.
Uh-huh.
The transmission kept going in and out.
Oh, I think I remember most
I remember
of that
we talked about voltage spike from the alternator.
Oh.
Yeah, and I thought y'all were crazy.
But
I thought y'all were crazy. You know, it's my transmission, not my alternator.
Uh-huh.
But I did what you suggested, which was taking the wires loose from the alternator and driving it.
right.
And it works perfect.
How about that? So now you don't want an alternator on it.
Yeah. Well, I put a rebuilt alternator on it, which it was actually worse when I put a rebuilt alternator on it.
Right, yeah.
And then the bearing locked up in the rebuilt alternator, so I went and bought a new. And I repositioned the wiring harness on it, and the thing works perfect now.
All right, that's great. Yeah, we've actually experienced the same thing with the aftermarket. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to say aftermarket. The actual rebuilt alternators. You know, typically if that alternator had noise in it to begin with, and of course I mean electrical noise, it's not uncommon for them to not rebuild the entire unit. Typically they put a regulator in it, maybe, you know, clean up the all the insides of it and, you know, put it back on the shelf. So that's a good tip to buy new when it's a, you know, electrical issue like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Sonny, there's a chance that you may have did transmission work or did a lot of other things if you wouldn't have called into the CNC Auto Show. Does that sound
right?
Yes,
I would have. I was fixing to take it to the shop somewhere and have them, you know, take the transmission out.
Sonny, it sounds like Aaron's about to send you a bill. So
no,
I'll put it on top of the pile of my other bills.
That's a testimony.
That is,
and we love that. That's what we're here for. And that makes us feel good when somebody calls back and gives us feedback.
It kind of gives me mixed feelings because I remember the first few that we had like that and how long I spent looking at them and trying to figure out what was going on. And then he called and got the answer within 5 minutes.
Yeah. So experience is a good teacher. It's just real expensive.
Somebody's got to blaze the trail there, John.
That's right. Well, great, Sonny. We appreciate the feedback. Glad it's all up and going for you.
All right. Thank you, Henry.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Okay, the number to call is 706-863-5800. There's a chance if you call about your issue, it may save you a lot of money.
It's like Sonny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, here's one thing that I didn't get a chance to do, and we are so close, I'm tempted not to do it, but I feel like that we may get an answer pretty quick. So I'm going to go ahead and mention the Tech Tip quiz. Now, we have already received part of the answer to this in a previous show. So I'm thinking that someone may have the rest of the answer. What are 5 precious metals found in most modern cars, and where are they commonly located? That's 5 precious metals, and you gave a hint last week of the first one.
Actually, well, yeah, I gave one of them, which was gold on a lot of the airbag system connectors.
Yeah,
to prevent
very little corrosion builds up when electrical current goes across gold.
Yep.
So they use it on the airbags, and there were 2 or 3 others that were mentioned last week. So if someone knows the answer to the Tech Tip quiz, just give us a call, and number 706-863-5800. And we are also talking about things to do with adaptive driving solutions. And again, there's so many things that there are. One of the things that I think is neat, it comes standard on some cars, but when it don't, there's ways that a lot of these things can be adapted to a vehicle.
Right.
And that's extended pedals.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And some cars have adjustable pedals.
Right.
But you can have extended pedals put on vehicles if you have trouble reaching the gas pedal.
They can even change the pivot point of them also.
Exactly. So a lot of those things are good. But another thing that comes standard on some cars, but also can be added, and it can be a big benefit to some people who may have some issues with being able to move around and look as close as they want to, is things like backup cameras.
Right. Yeah.
And a lot of cars now, they have the side cameras, the backup cameras, the lane departure warnings, so that if you're starting to change lanes, you don't have to turn your head as much to be able to see what's going on. You have backup sensors when you're parking, make sure nothing behind you. And, of course, things like GPS can help overcome a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't have to
rely on a map or even a cell phone, obviously. Yeah.
Exactly. So there's so many things that come on vehicles now that can make it very, very beneficial to be able to drive and enjoy driving lot more when you're doing different things. So that's one thing. We had some news that our research department We always like to get a little piece of news from the research department. So we will be doing that. And then after that, we'll be going straight to the phones. And, of course, Dominic Frito, he is our research coordinator and specialist.
Man, you're spiffing it up.
And he had some information for us on a news story. Dominic, what do we have?
All right, Aaron, there was one that I found, a pretty interesting story, I thought, talking about autonomous cars being fooled by putting graffiti on street signs.
Whoa.
It was a study led by the University of Washington where they took some street signs, particularly stop signs, added just a little bit of black and white graffiti on it.
Uh-huh.
They put one of the stop signs, they wrote the words love and hate around stop.
Uh-huh.
And the car thought that it was a 45-mile-an-hour speed limit sign.
Wow.
So not only are you not stopping, you're blowing through it at 45 miles an hour.
Yes. And so I think that what's important from that story is to remember that as of now, most vehicles are driver assist.
That's right.
They don't say driver
Assist
less.
is a very large word
So
there.
don't crank the car up and get in the back seat
Right.
because they're not designed for that. Okay.
Now, Aaron, there was another part of this story that I did want to bring up.
Yeah.
Another test that they ran was a slightly faded arrow on a turn sign.
Uh-huh.
And, this is just like a weather-beaten sign where the paint started to fade on it.
Yeah.
And the car did not identify that sign correctly. That's something that any of us would be able to see, hey, that's a turn coming up.
Uh-huh.
And then the car just completely missed it.
Okay.
Wow.
So they're not foolproof.
No, they're not.
All right. Okay. That is news from our research department.
Yeah.
Where we're going, John Ryan?
Well, we just got a minute or two before our break, so let's get John on the line.
Hey, John, welcome to the CNC Auto Show, and what can we help with?
I've got a Ford Explorer 2012
Uh-huh.
that I have to replace the backup camera in.
Mhm.
And when I put it in there, the picture is now upside down.
The camera's upside down then, John.
No, it only goes in one way.
No, you actually do have to reprogram that module. The camera is kind of a universal camera for that vehicle, so you have to go in with the factory IDS and basically put in the as-built data for that particular vehicle and, of course, the equipment on it so that it relearns the positioning of the camera.
Or
Yeah,
the other
I-
option is you could have the driver's seat bolted to the roof of the vehicle,
Yeah, that'd work.
and you could and use some other controls to be able to drive it. Okay. John, thank you very much for the call.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, the number to call is 706-863-5800, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Twice before I hauled a Barbie doll bed for the girl next door. She tried to pay me with a kiss and I began to understand there's something women like about a pickup man.
And welcome back to the CNC Auto Show. And we're talking about some things that make it easier for people to drive. And of course, one of the things is a push button start. A lot of times people may have trouble turning a key.
Right.
And push button starting is a very nice option.
That's also something to remember, too. You remember the levers that they have that you can put onto the keys? That's a really neat feature, too.
There's no doubt in my mind that almost any obstacle that someone has, that the team at Adaptive Driving Solutions here, and of course in other areas, there's always an expert that can do different things.
Yeah.
But Adaptive Driving Solutions in this location can
really get you
overcome
outfitted,
most all of issues that need to be overcome. Okay, where are we going to?
All right, Aaron, let's go over to Cliff.
Okay, I am ready. Cliff, welcome to the CNC Auto Show, and what can we help you with?
Good morning again. I'm going to try your take this.
All right, well, hold on. We're going to need to put you on stage real quick. That sounds like a horse is going on stage or something.
Oh, did we put him on the wrong stage?
No, that sounds like we're starting a horse race or something.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, Cliff, we are ready for your answer.
All right. Well, John Ryan, of course, he gave me the first one. And the other two are going to be real easy.
And then actually on the last two answers I'm going to give you is because it costs so much.
Okay.
All right. My answer is going to be gold, lead, aluminum, platinum, and nickel.
Now, I don't think we can really call lead a precious metal to me. I mean, I don't know.
Or
We're going to have
aluminum.
to put that in front of our research department there. Dominic, is lead considered a precious metal?
I went with that.
Oh, Cliff. Yeah, you got. I'd say that would be the answer that you come up with.
That's the only thing I could think about the battery. I was trying the battery. The aluminum was the platinum and nickel. I know there's other stuff in there, but I had mine cut off of the truck.
Now, the only thing, Cliff, how many times have you bought a lady a lead ring?
You say that, Aaron, but you probably have done that.
The guy told me it was gold.
Yeah, he did. Right after he took your wallet.
Or nickel. I just don't know about nickel that you would consider that a. It might be now. I don't know.
You got me.
I'm not an expert. I know that's not on the list I have though, Cliff. I mean, that's the only thing. And I know you already got the I button, so there's nothing I could do there. I mean, the toothpaste is out of the tube.
Yep.
Well, that's at least platinum color. But anyway, I had that took off my truck. The Cadillac converter. That's why they were so expensive. And he was telling me about the stuff that was in it.
Oh, that might be a hint there, Cliff. There's a lot of neat stuff inside a catalytic converter.
Neat, that's what you call it?
Yeah. What's some of the metals that's inside a catalytic converter?
Oh, honestly, I don't know.
Aluminum, lead, and nickel.
Lead.
Hard to hear over there?
Okay. It don't sound like we're experts in that department right now. Okay.
Cliff, it sounds like you're trying to take yours off to figure out what's in there.
I had it removed, and I just asked the fellow why it was so much, why they were so expensive. And he told me that it was platinum in there, there was nickel. He named, I think, one or two more things, but that's why they're so expensive, he said.
It is. Yeah, and catalytic converters do get stolen because of that. People do get the precious metals out of that. And
I know.
And of course, one of those precious metals are also found in spark plugs. Mm-hmm. They use them in spark plugs. So I just gave you another hint there, Cliff.
Oh, I ain't calling back. I didn't heard what he wants.
All right.
We appreciate the call, Cliff.
Hey, one of them parts of metal is actually, he told me, goes on the space shuttle when they send them up. But I can't remember what it's called. But it goes to the space shuttle.
Yeah.
To that effect, anyway. All right, guys, y'all have a great weekend.
Cliff, thank you. Lucky he didn't try again, and nobody's ever.
He told him that so it would justify him taking it off.
Yeah, it's tough getting the I button twice.
For sure.
So,
all right.
Are we ready to go to the next call?
Yeah, we got a minute or two left. Let's go over to Sid.
I think that'd be great. Sid, welcome to the CNC Auto Show, and what can we help you with? Hello, Sid. Welcome to the show.
Hello. I got a 2005 Caravan.
Mm-hmm.
It's a stowaway, and the air conditioner on it. The compressor's kicking on and off. The pressure's up on it, but it's blowing hot air.
Kind of like heater hot air, or?
Yeah, heater hot air. I mean,
Sid, are you familiar with the AC system? As far as the kind of like the, I guess the.
Yeah, I'm familiar about.
Turn it on to max.
I'm familiar about checking the pressure. And
well,
stuff
the reason I ask is, of course, that low side. It sounded like you checked your pressures. Did you physically hold that line to see if it's very cold? That low side line where you attach.
It ain't.
It's not.
Mean, it's kind of like a lukewarm.
Lukewarm. Well, that's kind of the reason I asked that is obviously to determine if there's a problem inside the car or out. If the liquid line, if the low side line is not cold, that typically means that the compressor's not doing its job. Now, the gauge that you put on, was it just on the low side?
Yeah.
The blue gauge. No doubt, obviously, there's two ports on there, one for low, one for high. What was the low side gauge when it was running at idle?
It was reading that it was good. In the blue.
Yeah, those. I'm assuming the gauge that you were using was like an AC Pro or something like that. That's only showing you the low side pressures. The high side pressure could be very, very high. For instance, if say the cooling fan wasn't coming on to pull air across the condenser. So no doubt that I guess that gauge is a good indicator of what's going on, but it doesn't tell the whole story. You're only seeing one side of that AC system. But with that telling us that, of course, the line itself is not cold, it's definitely more of a refrigerant type problem. And it sounds like you said that the compressor is kicking on.
Yeah, as soon as you push the little,
you hear it click on and everything.
It'll click on. It goes through, like a normal cycle. It'll kick in, kick out.
Right.
When this AC started going bad, did it just get like that all of a sudden, or did it start getting a little warmer, and then it finally got to the point to where it wasn't doing hardly anything? And did the compressor ever make any noise, like a little rattling noise?
No, the compressor didn't make no noise. It was, cycling regular. And I noticed it was getting a little bit warm. I thought, well, maybe it needs Freon. So I checked it, and it was reading good. So I didn't want to put any more in it to overpressure it.
Yeah. Sid, of course, the gauges would tell a technician exactly what's going on, because obviously we have compressor engagement, and you're just not making either enough pressure or low side pressure. But having two sides of the gauge, the high and low, would tell them every answer they need to know. I can tell you that the condensers are kind of notorious for leaking on those vehicles.
And I'd be interested to know what his orifice tube looked like, but I don't know if that one's got a removable tube or if it's got the line.
It's an expansion valve.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
you talk expansion valve? Mm-hmm. Okay.
You talk about the screen orifice in the line?
Right.
Okay. I know sometime I had a problem with one. It was clogged up.
Yeah, well, John Ryan mentioned that one had an expansion valve. I was thinking it had an orifice
expansion valve right at the firewall.
Oh, okay. But that could be given an issue there.
It could be.
And again, looking at the high side and low side pressure would tell that.
That's right. Yeah.
You really need some other test run on there before you'd be able to get any accurate information on that.
Okay, I got a regular set of automotive gauges I can put on it.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, we're gonna be here. Can you do that now and call us back? Because we'll be right back. And
all righty, I'll try to dig them out.
Fair enough.
Sid, thanks.
Thank you, Sid.
I appreciate your help.
All right,
appreciate it. Oh, the time clock's on E, and it is about time to pull over for now. But we will be coming right back on the road in no time. And I am Aaron Clements, and here with me is co-host John Ryan Mooney, and our show producers, our senior producer Dominic Frito, editor Sanity Klein, and technical engineer Zach Llewellyn. And each and every one of us would like to say thank you all that tuned in, logged in, and especially those that called in to ride with all of us on the CNC Auto Show.